I'll show you how to make a dish of pan-fried mackerel served with a small salad of cherry tomatoes and watercress with a salsa verde. Start by filleting our mackerel. It's got a whole mackerel. Use a flexible knife. Make your first cut just behind that first fin. And then you need to turn your knife round. So you need to flatten the blade. Make sure your knife is against the spine of the fish. And then just work your way down to the tail. There's one fillet. Turn your fish over. Same thing. Blade against the spine of the fish to the tail. And there you have two fillets. Next we remove the rib cage and the pin bones from the fish. So to remove the rib cage, very delicately, get underneath those bones there. Just the rib cage is here. And then if you feel along your fish there, all these pin bones need to be removed. To make a cut through to the skin, but not through the skin. And then the other side, same thing. You've cut this little V channel, and then you just pull all those bones out. And now you have no more pin bones along there, and no more the rib cage bones. Trim the tail off, cut the fillet in half. First we chop some garlic up nice and small, crush it with your knife, remove the skin, chop it till it's nice and small. Then we chop the herbs up, pick the leaves off first, the mint, and then shred them up. Then we chop the flat parsley. Again, pick the leaves off. Then we mince up the anchovy. Anchovies, because they're quite salty, means we don't have to add any additional seasoning to the salsa. We use our anchovies as our salt replacement. Just going to halve our cherry tomatoes. So take them off the vine, through the middle, just in half. So now we just put our salsa verde together. Start with some Dijon mustard, anchovies, capers. I leave the capers whole. I think it's quite nice to have them whole rather than everything chopped up. Some of the garlic, all of the parsley, and all of the mint. Roughly a third mint to parsley. Nice squeeze of extra virgin olive oil. So just bring all the ingredients together. It's one of those salsas that if you want more garlic, you can add more garlic. If you want more mustard, it's entirely up to you. So make sure you taste it before you serve it. Next we'll cook our mackerel. So season both sides. Some sea salt. Not too much olive oil. Before your pan gets too hot, add your mackerel fillets. Get them all in the pan, and you can see they're naturally curving away from the heat. Give them a little press to make sure that the centre bit of skin goes nice and golden brown as well. You can see where the fish is cooked, where it started to go from that light pink, start going white. When your fish is all white, it's completely cooked. Doesn't take long at all. A couple of minutes on the skin side and then just flick them over for a minute on the other side. So a minute on the flesh side, squeeze a lemon to finish. Just going to season and dress the tomatoes simply with some sea salt, olive oil, watercress. You could do this with rocket if you didn't want to use watercress. Just going to place on the plate, fish on top, tomatoes to one side, and your salsa. And then we have pan-fried mackerel served on a bed of watercress with salsa verde and a few cherry tomatoes.